It is not a strange thing to say that the type of people you surround yourself with have a significant impact on your life. After all, a lot of your time will be spent with them, and it is only natural that their habits and the things they say would affect you either positively or negatively. A lot of thought and discussions go into the kind of people you need to surround yourself with to grow and become a better version of yourself. But what about the people you need to steer clear of and avoid? Having trouble figuring that one out? Well, that's why we're here. Stay with us as we take you through the 15 types of people you need to avoid. Welcome to ALUX. Number 1. Manipulative people. Manipulative people are experts at using mind games and different tactics to get what they want. They can scare, coerce, criticize, guilt trip, bribe, blame, undermine, intimidate, flatter, offer sympathy, and act innocent to get you to do what they want. Manipulative people study you. They know how your mind works, what you like, what you don't, and most importantly, what triggers you. But the problem is that they misuse this information as part of a hidden agenda to make you act a certain way or to do what they want. The fact that they understand you and know when and how to push your buttons makes them scary to deal with, which is why you need to avoid them as much as possible. Number 2, the gossips. There's a saying that goes, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Gossips are people who add little to no value to our lives and are known for spreading either true or untrue information about other people. They thrash people's reputations by bringing up allegations and false stories. They kill time by constantly calling up others exclusively to discuss the activities of other people. They tell these to not just one person but pass them on to many people, thereby tarnishing the image of the object of their discussions. Dealing with them is often challenging because everything you say or do will likely be passed on to other people, but it is crucial to be able to set boundaries. Plus, it's worth noting that if they talk to you about others, they're probably talking to others about you. Number 3, pessimists. Pessimists are downers. They are always down in the dumps and negative about everything and anything around them, which makes it hard for them to see the bright side in any situation. They are conditioned to always find the worst in it. Pessimists undermine your achievements and put fear in you when you want to take that leap that would move you forward, sometimes going as far as giving you instances of people who tried the same thing and failed. Pessimistic people are dangerous and should be avoided because they do not motivate you in any way and can even make you give up on your dreams if you're not careful. Number 4, judgmental people. Constructive criticism is the best form of criticism. However, some people never see anything good in your actions and criticize you destructively. They do this to you to break you down and make you feel worthless. Judgmental people constantly examine everything you do, and you don't feel free to be yourself when you're around them. No matter what you do, all they can see is your faults, and they will always drag you down. Take it from us, you are better off staying away from them. Number 5, the user. These are the most familiar set of people to you because you've encountered them at some point. The users are the ones who always ask for favors but find it hard to give one in return. They only call you when they need something. You always have to give and give, but they will never be available when you need them. The user does not even try to reciprocate but expects you to be there when they need you. It often creates a one-sided relationship with you on the receiving end, and we strongly advise that you avoid this set of people because they will only use you for as long as it benefits them. Number 6, melodramatic people. Everything in this person's life is about drama. They love to blow things out of proportion and complain. Melodramatic people create drama and hype out of every trivial incident. They are rarely calm, and they constantly exaggerate situations. They start getting hysterical, weeping, or yelling for things or statements which do not warrant that kind of reaction. Melodramatic people create a scene every time. They perceive situations with an air of exaggeration rather than viewing them as they are. Their melodramatic nature makes them natural troublemakers. You will find yourself trying to solve issues with them most of the time, and they will get you into embarrassing situations. Unless you enjoy the drama, then you should avoid them. Number 7, envious people. Envy is a human trait that destroys peace in people's lives. The grass is always greener elsewhere when it comes to envious people. Even when something great happens to them, they do not derive any satisfaction from it because they are in constant competition and comparison with others, and their achievements can never measure up to that of others. Envious people cannot accept the good things happening in their lives and the lives of others, even those of their friends or family. They say they're happy for you, but you can tell by their expression and body language that they are hurt about why things are going well with you and not them. They are envious of everything you do. They want to be like you and have the things you have, so they will constantly try to cut you down. Spending a lot of time with envious people is dangerous because they can make you trivialize your accomplishments. It's best you keep them at arm's length or avoid them altogether. Number 8. Self-absorbed people. It is quite normal to be vain at times, but some people take it to a whole new level and take it from us when we say there aren't many things worse than being around someone who makes everything about themselves. The self-absorbed person treats everyone else like they are irrelevant, as they are too obsessed with their feelings and what interests them without consideration for the rest of the world. They are always about me instead of us. Whatever they do is always centered around them, and they cannot see anyone's needs above their own. Hanging around with self-absorbed people can be bad for you, because you will always feel alone with them. This is because they do not pay attention to anyone other than themselves, and you are just a tool to build their self-esteem. Number 9. The needy. We know that one person who is constantly in trouble or debt and needs a handout to pull themselves out of the hole they got themselves into. Those are the needy people, the ones that are always in need and have made it a habit to always ask. What makes needy people so bad is that they like to get what they want, irrespective of whether it is convenient for you. They want you to be there for them nonstop, and if you try to hold them accountable, they immediately make you feel guilty. If you have someone with similar traits, you probably need to start avoiding them. Number 10. The victims. This is one of the most tiresome types of people. They are constantly miserable and unhappy with how their lives are, but instead of taking personal responsibility and trying to fix it, they would rather go about pointing fingers and blaming everyone around them. To a person with a victim mentality, everybody is always wrong or out to harm them. There is always a person or circumstance to blame, and they are always suffering from a situation. The problem with staying around them is that if they point fingers at others, they will eventually point the finger at you. As the saying goes, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Stay away from victims because they are people who willingly choose to suffer every time. Number 11. Lazy people. Have you ever seen someone yawn and then suddenly find yourself yawning? Yep, it's contagious, and you can say the same thing about laziness. Extremely lazy people are very negative and nonchalant when it comes to tasks, which can rub off on other people. They are the last people you want to have in a team exercise. Of course, there is nothing wrong with taking breaks and slowing down from time to time, but being lazy all the time will not benefit anyone, much less the people close to them. If you hang around lazy people too often, you'll notice a significant decline in your productivity. Number 12. Extremely insecure people. Everyone has at least one thing they are insecure about, and most people are pretty good at managing it. However, extremely insecure people are constantly negative about their insecurities and weigh down those around them. Being close to insecure people can be draining on your end because it doesn't matter how perfect you try to be or how much you try to reassure them, it will never be enough. Naturally, insecure people are just like that, and most times it has nothing to do with you. So no matter how good you are, you will never be good enough for them, and you will only lose your essence and personality trying to please them. Number 13. The chronic liars. These are very fickle people who lie unnecessarily about everything. They are rarely honest, and you can hardly trust them because almost all they say is a lie. They are not the kind of people you want to have in your corner because they do not help you grow. Their tales, and most importantly, their feedback, is always filled with lies. Not to mention, their lies will constantly give you false hopes. People should surround themselves with honest people who provide truthful feedback, even if it's something you don't want to hear. That honest feedback is more valuable than a lie, since it can help you correct a problem or negative habits. Relating with them from a distance or avoiding them completely will be the best for you. Number 14. The show-offs. People who always feel the need to be showy are no doubt overcompensating for something, and trying to prove their worth to themselves. Unfortunately for them, this is how you know they have little worth and a fragile ego. Being around a show-off constantly might make you feel bad about yourself. To them, it doesn't even matter if it's a lie or the truth. They will always cook up something to brag about. This may make you think lower of yourself and feel like you have not achieved enough. People like that are not the people you want to keep around. To them, it doesn't even matter if it's a lie or the truth. They will always cook up something to brag about. Number 15. Selfish people. Finally, we end this list with a set of people we think are the most dangerous. Selfish people are arguably the set of people you should avoid the most because they are capable of becoming every type of person previously listed in this video. Selfish people will manipulate, gossip, envy, lie, and play the victim just so they can get their way. The best relationships are mutually beneficial, and this dynamic cannot exist when dealing with selfish people. To protect yourself, you should eliminate selfish people to make room for better relationships. Although we talked about the types of people you need to avoid, we must add that you do your best not to also become the kind of person mentioned in this video to build trust in your relationships. Becoming a toxic person in other people's lives makes you lose their trust, and you do not want to become the kind of person other people cannot